Wow.
I see shred people. There's a new trail in the Yacolt Burn area, and you can ride your bike on it. It's hard for me to really be objective about this trail since I helped build it and I know the person who flagged it, so I'm not even going to try. Besides, this is propaganda. I don't aim to be objective. Trail 6, or Sixth Sense as we like to call it, is 2.5 miles long and descends about 1,200 feet. It's almost as much fun to climb as it is to descend, although it's getting a little hairier to climb the thing on weekends as it becomes increasingly more popular, but at least it's getting nicely ridden in. Sixth Sense utilizes one of the finest ridgelines available in this part of the forest, resulting from a grant the Washington Department of Natural Resources received to build 17 miles of new trail in the Yacolt Burn area. Sixth Sense is the end result of the 6th section of this build out. It just so happens that Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance is the volunteer group tasked with building sections 6 and 7 of the 17-mile plan. You get to the bottom of Sixth Sense by navigating to the Yacolt Burn trailhead, for which I'll provide coordinates in the description to this video. From the parking area, ride your bike to the bottom of the Tarbell Trail, right here as indicated in this video. Stay to the left and just get on the road. You can also ride up Murphy's Grade, but this video will be 20 minutes long if I try to explain the numerous different ways you can ride to the top of Sixth Sense. Suffice it to say, there are many, and people have opinions about each and every method. The most straightforward way to the top is just to climb the 1070 road, which is the road behind the yellow gate by the Tarbell Trailhead. Climb 2 miles up the road until you get to this intersection. Now, continue to the left until you get to the point where Sixth Sense obviously crosses the road. Ride up that last part of Sixth Sense, and you're at the top. As of the making of this video, the top section of Sixth Sense is still getting itself bedded in since it is less than 6 months old. But already it's a fast, flowy piece of dirt through a recovering clear cut with some decently sized berms and well-placed doubles for your descending pleasure. After rocketing down this section of hill, the trail crosses the logging road at the bottom of a relatively short little climb. Don't fret, it's like maybe 100 feet, if that. The top of this climb is where the real fun starts. This section of forest contained a lot of undocumented trails for a long time before they came up here to clear cut up above. Starting out on a fast and bermy section with rocks already creeping out above the grade, the trail passes by some older wooden features left over from one of the original undocumented trails that was called Cannibal. Remember skinnies of wooden features? Yeah, those were a thing before we knew better. After the first forested section, Sixth Sense pops out into another clear cut. This section is fantastic after a rainstorm and horrible ball bearings after a few days of sun, pretty much like every other clear cut that ever existed. There are some pretty nifty doubles and even almost a gap-like feature or two through this section. Be careful through here though, as the dirt is loose and the berms can get slick. Ride it a couple of times before just really cutting loose. It's still pretty raw through here, but the views of the mountains are nice and the features and obstacles well built, well placed, and well executed. After this clear cut is where things really get rowdy, starting with a double they made us tame down. Once the trail enters the forest again, it starts getting fast. Just loosen up so that you can get enough momentum to charge over all the rocks protruding above the trail surface. There are a few doubles in here that can be hard to hit if you don't keep your speed up. There are also some surprisingly bony rock gardens in here that'll sneak up on you, so look lively. For the rest of the trip down, there are all these nicely sculpted turns, berms, almost everywhere they're needed, and just tons of pumps, bumps, and rollers to keep your interest peaked. This trail is a challenging and bumpy descent through here. It's nice to have some travel on your bike when you're on Sixth Sense. You'll want to keep your speed up on this bench after the first set of turns, and then you'll just fly over all these features before entering the section of this trail affectionately referred to as Candyland. Candyland was so named because the trail had to be rerouted from our original flag line for technical reasons, and when the guys flagging got into this section of woods, they found a treasure trove of perfect dirt with the perfect grade for building the most perfect section of perfect, magical, flowy trail that rides like a bike park. This section sort of completes things and gives Sixth Sense a little bit of almost everything. Careful though, these berms can get slippery in the rain. After this last big right-hander with the root drop right in the middle of it, the trail goes into turbo bench mode. The sightlines are decently good through here and you can kind of cut loose a little bit. This is probably the fastest or second fastest section of Sixth Sense, and it'll only get better and better as the trees continue to grow back in. Assuming you even notice the intersection with Tarbell, turn left. You won't notice. It's really obvious which way you're supposed to go, and then you're done. The trail dumps you back out onto the road you climbed to get to the top. Now, considering that you're only 1,200 feet of climbing into your day, you need to climb back up to either the top of Sixth Sense or all the way up to the picnic table and get another run in. I mean, look at that. Like, seriously, look at this. You can ride Sixth Sense twice, and it's only a 2,400-foot day. That's downright moderate. Do it 3 times. Make it a great weekend instead of just a good one.